This is a Bramble Jam podcast.
It's Thursday, September 17th. You know what? Take the day off. Oh my, get down. I thought for sure our table was going to break. I know it looks fancy on the television set, on the YouTubes.
We bought it from Wayfair.
We bought it from Wayfair, and it was under $100. Just calm down over here. Man, I got to tell you, my dance, that's more work on the obliques than I would want it to be. A little too much core work for me.
Obliques.
Obliques, it's National Oblique Day. Take the day off. No?
It is not. But today is going to be a day that I think is going to really get you in the fall spirit.
Going to get you in the fall. That's why it happens in September. Yeah, so we take the day off today, like we do every day, and we're telling you to do the same thing.
I just need you to give me a second. I jumped a lot.
I kind of went. You just take the next few.
I'll take the next.
Why do you take the day off? We tell you to take the day off, but also if you want to hear this show ad-free and maybe watch it on the YouTubes while you're at it, you just go to Bramble Jam Plus. Bramble Jam Plus changed my life. My hair is growing back because of Bramble Jam Plus. For $5 a month.
Have you done that bit before?
$50. I might have.
Yeah, do something else. Do something. Your fingers grew back.
Yeah. I no longer have any trouble finding a parking spot.
There you go.
Downtown Greenville since I joined Bramble Jam Plus. It's like a spot opens up for me every time. And on top of that service, which is clearly worth the $5 a month, you get all of our podcasts completely ad-free. Go to BrambleJamPlus.com. Sign up today.
Hi, everybody.
Feeling better?
I feel great. It is National Apple Dumpling Day.
National Apple Dumpling Day.
That's exactly right, everybody. It is National Apple Dumpling Day.
Wow.
Happy fall. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now?
I mean, it's crisp outside. Crisp 92.
Last night I was saying my prayers. I was on kneeled on the side of my bed, tossing on up to the good one. That's what I call the Lord. I call him the good one.
The good one.
And I was praying, and I heard the voice of God last night.
Wow.
And he said, "Got you covered." And then he also said, Dan knows the history of National Apple Dumpling Day. And I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. Sometimes you take things too far and you get too far in before you can stop it.
So God said, got you covered.
He did. A hedge.
Take the day off. Take the day off, people.
You
take the day off.
Yeah, I will. It's National Apple Dumpling Day, and the good Lord, the good one, as I call him, did tell me that you know about the history of this day. Yeah. And how about you spit it out?
You're probably familiar with the Chumbawamba hit Tub Thumping. I Get Knocked Down.
But I Get Up
Again. I Get Up Again. But they actually had a B-side to Tub Thumping that most people don't know, and it was called Dump Dump the Dumplings, is what it was called.
Dump the dumplings.
Dump the dumplings.
Dump the dumplings.
Yeah. Dump the dumplings. Dump dumplings. And that was that's my version, obviously. And the song was very inappropriate on a number of levels. It didn't work out for them at all. But lead singer of Chumbawamba, Dave Chumba, he wrote the song initially out of his love for apple dumplings. That's why he wrote the song. The studio made him change it to be something that really was very inappropriate, not what it should have been at all. What are you playing right now?
Just go ahead. Keep going. Okay. I'm sorry.
And so even though Dump the Dumplings was never a hit, Dave Chumba did start National Apple Dumpling Day in 2001, and it's been a day ever since.
Wow.
Dump the Dumplings.
That's phenomenal. That is really phenomenal. Dang it. I really thought it was connected still. Are you ready to dive into the real history of this day? It is yours is as true as anything else because I don't have an actual real history of the day. Sometimes food days just kind of pop up and you just kind of roll with it. And that's exactly what we're going to do with the National Apple Dumpling Day. Do you like a good apple dumpling, Dan?
I got to be honest. It's real talk time. I'm not a fan of any sort of cooked fruit of any kind, any way, shape, form. Apple pie, no. The apple pies McDonald's knows. No, I've never had, I don't think, what would constitute a traditional apple dumpling before. I've had a hot apple pie from McDonald's. I've had an apple pie proper.
I believe an apple dumpling is it's kind of like a croissant, if you will, with baked apples, cinnamon.
Never had one.
The stuff inside.
Never had one. I've never seen one, to be honest.
This is it right here?
Is it not is it like, yeah. That's what I thought it looked like. Is that a Southern, I feel like apple dumpling is a Southern thing, but I've lived in the South my whole life. I've never seen one before.
Well, that's exactly why, Dan, I think
I need to take the day off and figure this out.
Well, yes, you have to take the day off. And also the question that we're going to get to in the second half of the show is what's your favorite dessert that includes apples? Because maybe you're not a big dumpling person.
Remember that vlog we did where we tried all those frozen foods? That was fun.
Yeah. I've been told that
rumor on the street
that they taste and smell like fall. And so if you are somebody who's trying to get into the fall spirit, the fall harvest movies on Hallmark Channel, they're kicking off.
Yeah.
We are getting in the fall
pumpkin
spirit.
Spice latte.
They're in full gear. And so the apple dumplings is the way to go. I can tell you kind of some things that you can do to go ahead and make an apple dumpling. Are you ready?
I'd love to hear it. Yeah.
So one, you peel peel the apples.
Is there a type of apple you should use?
No, there's not necessarily. You can use the green ones, the red ones, whatever you want to. Whatever tickles your fancy. They are typically then placed inside of essentially a croissant. You open up the croissant, you place them in it, then you add some cinnamon and some sugar on top. The dough is then folded around the apple, creating the dumpling. You guys understand what a dumpling is, correct? Yes. It's baked until tender, and it's going to have at least the kind of the flavor of an apple pie. If you can get with an apple pie,
sounds like
it's really an apple pie for your hands that you can take on the go.
So it's like a McDonald's hot apple pie.
Kind of, but
fresher apples.
Yeah, but again, the kind of the dough that I think of with a McDonald's apple pie isn't croissant in nature.
So
it's not
cooking it this way. The croissant wouldn't stay fluffy. I don't think. Fluffy and airy. That would be impressive.
What if you got one of those rolls that rise? What are those? The Pillsbury.
Rising. Yeah.
Yeah. Before you.
Neither of us know the name of it.
The risers, the Pillsbury risers. You get the Pillsbury risers. You cut it in half. You throw apples. You throw cinnamon on top. This is before you cook them, and then you pop it on top. Do the thing with the fork, that people do when they make pies, and then you got yourself a little apple dumpling pie.
Apple dumpling pie. That's just an apple pie.
We clearly don't know how to make apple dumplings.
We're gonna spend the day learning though. After this, that's the thing.
And then this website that I'm looking at, some ways that you can observe Apple Dumpling Day. Obviously, make an apple dumpling, but also you could watch the 1975 Walt Disney movie, The Apple Dumpling Game,
with Tim Conway and with Don Knotts. It's a fun movie.
It is maybe on Disney Plus. I don't know. Maybe. So those are some ways that you can observe Apple Dumpling Day. We asked you yesterday about different desserts that you like to make and eat that include apples. We're going to get to those in just a second, but first we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back here on Day Day Day. Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
It feels good to be back.
Ooh, it feels like fall in here. Feels like, you know what I really like? Cinnamon brooms.
What are cinnamon brooms?
Cinnamon brooms. You never see them when you go into the store around fall time. It's
I
these
thought
little
something I'm supposed to eat. I know
no,
exactly
no,
what a
little
cinnamon broom
brooms.
is.
You put them in as like decorations in
they
your
smell
house,
like
but they
cinnamon.
smell like cinnamon.
Yeah. I'm in for that.
It's delightful. We should get some for the office.
Yeah. Ooh, that's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Favorite dessert that includes apples. What's yours?
My wife makes what she just calls an apple crisp, which is essentially it's just apples with the cinnamon and the sugar, and you bake them, and it's kind of like this, but without the breading on top of it. Okay. Yeah, but the sugar on top gets a little bit crispy.
Yeah.
And I think there might be like there's some sort like the apple when you put the cinnamon and the sugar and stuff, it gets a little bit like liquidy,
it caramelizes
and it's just really delicious. It's really delicious, and I'm gonna go ahead and ask my wife if she can make one of those real quick.
How about that Cece's pizza dessert with the apple crumble on it? You love that.
Do you want to go to Cece's today?
Dude, I'm all in for Cece's.
I think that's what we're gonna do.
Cheese bread. COVID's canceled. Going to a buffet.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Maybe not. We'll see. So I don't. I don't eat any warm fruit for any reason. I think it's disgusting. But I love like a cold crisp apple with some caramel dipping sauce. I'm in for that. I love a candy apple. Have you had a candy apple?
Yeah, it's not my thing.
I love a caramel apple. I'm in for that. All of those I'm on board for, as long as the apple stays cold and crisp and crunchy.
Have you had a cooked apple before?
Yeah,
like hot.
I lived in the South.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you.
Yeah, I've had apple pie. I worked at McDonald's in high school. I tried the.
You don't like it?
No, the McDonald's apple pie is a lot more tolerable than like an apple pie in general, even though it's not homemade because it's very little apple in there. Mm-hmm. It's mostly breading and just cinnamon and sugar, which I'm all on board for those things.
Yeah.
It's just not my deal. But there are a lot of things on here that seem like would be my deal. Or, people keep talking about you have to combine apple pie with ice cream, a la mode.
Yes.
And I think that would help for sure, but I still would have a problem with the specifics of it. Julie says apple cake. I want to know what that is. I want to know what apple cake is. I could be talked into trying that for sure.
The thing that kind of comes to mind is the pumpkin spice cake donut at Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
That, but apple.
Interesting. I don't know.
I would like a cinnamon apple cake.
Yeah, I think cinnamon is a natural combo.
It has to be combined with apple when we're
Yeah.
talking about the sweets, right? We have to talk about. We have to. Do that.
Sharon Davies gets it. Apple slices dipped in caramel and chocolate. Like I'm all on board for that. You give me like some caramel dip with some cold like Granny Smith apples. The sweet and the tart, the crunchy, the smooth. Oh man, those textures are working for me.
Tender Daddy is speaking my wife's love language here when he says an apple fritter. My wife loves an apple fritter. And remember our vlog about the donuts?
Yeah.
Donuts in Simpsonville has a great apple fritter.
Great apple fritter. Yeah, for sure.
If that tickles your fancy.
Yeah.
An apple crumble pie, I can get down with that. You know what? When I think about apple crumble pie, I think about, a good coffee cake. Coffee cake.
I love a coffee cake.
Coffee cake with with just some chunks of apple in it is really good. Yeah.
Interesting.
Can you understand what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I don't like it though.
Many people are saying the apple dumpling, and so
Tiffany says she loves toffee apple dip. Now you're going to have a hard time dealing with this. It's a dip made of cream cheese, butter, powdered sugar, and toffee bits. It's awesome when we have dipmas on Christmas night, which is you can only eat things that you can dip. They have a night called Dipmas,
and you gotta be chewing some dip. I'm all about a good
dip. Zach sauce dip for the tenders. You got the queso for the chips. I love a good dip.
Yeah.
I'm not a big toffee guy, and so I think I'm probably out on the toffee apple dip. But everything else about it sounds great.
Now Andy is going to flip Apple Dumpling Day on its head with apple dumplings warm. Are you ready with this? Are you ready for this one, Dan? With milk poured over it. Apple dumplings warm with milk poured over it.
Man, my stomach kind of turned a little bit.
And so if you want to do what Andy does here on Apple Dumpling Day and do that, we'd love to hear how it goes for you. Christian said a caramel apple empanada.
Ooh.
Thank you, Taco Bell.
Yeah, what are we doing right now? Taco Bell sells a caramel apple empanada. Gee, that sounds terrible.
I just don't even know.
Julie says a good apple pie, preferably with a lattice top. What's a lattice top?
What's a lattice top? You Google that while I read this one.
Oh, is it the thing that just crosses over? It was one of those things where it's like a crossover, boy?
Like a pie?
Yeah, but not like some pies are solid across the top.
Right. This is a checkered board pie.
Apple pie, lattice top. This is good radio.
Yeah, this is good.
That's what it is. It's the crossover boy.
Good for you. Good for you. Scott says, not a dessert, but I make apple pancakes with a streusel topping.
Oh, boy.
Apple pancake streusel topping. I can get down with that. Stacy is right there with you, Dan, when she says she doesn't like, she says she doesn't like apples in general, but a warm apple crisp with ice cream is all right.
Shannon says, Shannon, you're giving me life right now. None. Baked apples are the worst texture. I am all in on agreeing with Shannon. Genevieve says apple salsa, dip some cinnamon tortilla chips in there, and it's a party. I'm very interested in where you're finding cinnamon tortilla chips.
Who said that?
Genevieve did.
Genevieve. 1211 Lawrence Road, Suite C, Greenville, South Carolina, 29607. If you want to make our fall dreams come true, you'll send whatever you just said. An apple salsa.
Dip some cinnamon tortilla chips in there, and it's a party. Genevieve, let's throw a party. Let's do it. This has to be done. Has to be.
Boy,
man, I'm hungry now.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead. We're going to end today. We're going to go spend some time just thinking about all of this and maybe eating it. Guys, it's Apple Dumpling Day is what we're trying to get to, and you should take the day off. Enjoy apple dumplings or your apple dessert of choice. We're giving you that as
take
well.
The day off regardless. That's exactly what's important.
I think, and if you're like us, you're going to need a full day to bake desserts because you don't know how to do it. So you're going to have to watch a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So Apple Dumpling Day is the day.
What's tomorrow's question?
Well, great question, Dano. Tomorrow's question, it's a Friday. And I'm really excited about this day. This is less of a question and more of an activity. Are you ready for this, Dan?
Yeah.
Write a letter to your boss. And if you don't have a boss currently, write one to your favorite boss that you've ever had.
Wow.
We're going to read those letters on the air. We're going to make some bosses' dreams come true tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Wow.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm in.
Trace, that's a good one, Trace.
That's not bad.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Salutations,
Trace. Take the day off,
that's
everybody.
Exactly right. We're going to leave you with a Palahaku until tomorrow. How about you go ahead and just take that day off?
Regardless of how fat or strange or ugly you are, they will love you. Have a great day.
These palahs are getting weird. Yesterday there was foul language. Today he's calling people fatties. That's my job. Fatty, fats.
Rig, read the bit.
BrambleJamPlus.com. Pay us money. They got to pay me. I'm Rick Delby. BrambleJamPodcast.com for all your favorite podcasts from the Bramble Jam Podcast Network. Brandon and Dan host the show. They're okay, I guess. Brandon's the producer. He messes up regularly. That's all I got. Rig out.